We arrived at Trinidad in Chaguaramos on the 31st of May. It was still in lockdown period in Trinidad, so we had received permission to arrive in Trinidad, but we needed to still clear port health on our arrival at Trinidad. Our reason for coming to Trinidad was to pick up Yanmar spares for our generator, which was not running, and to be able to get that working. So we expected to be there for 3 or 4 days. Once we got inside of the Chaguaramos area, we picked up a mooring ball and called to find out the procedure to enter the country.
Straight back.
Starting to turn a little bit. We ran into a snag to enter the country as we needed somebody to clear us into port health. So we took a chance and we called up Peaky Yacht Services on the radio, and they said, please, we must welcome to come ashore, bring them all the documents, and they'll sort out the port health clearance for us. So that was what we did, and we were cleared into the country on the 1st of June. As the Peaky Yacht Services staff was so kind and sorting out all of our stuff for us in terms of our clearance and that, we decided to take a dock for the period while we picked up our spares, and then obviously we thought we would be quickly on our way from there. So we took a dock at the Peaky Yacht Services. Ivana at Peaky Yacht Services was kind enough to let us use their vehicle with the driver to take us down to the Yanmar dealer, which was 45 minutes away from the yacht club, and we picked up our spares and came back to start the work on the generator. get to the south of the country, you need to drive through the capital, right through the edge of it, which is the port of Spain. So this was our first encounter with a rather large city again since leaving Cape Town. We took the cylinder head off the generator and we put in new valves and a new head gasket, hoping this was going to solve the problems the generator would run.
What kind of paste is this?
It's got sand in it. It's oil and like silicon sands to grind. My idea is that yeah, silver and grey. Grey is where it's taken the edge and put it in. Help a little bit, Logan. These little things. See these little things.
What?
These little things.
Yeah.
There's a bottom, there's a top with a little ring on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this down like that.
Yeah.
You need to slide this thing in there.
Together.
Well, one, then you put the other one. No. That's in. See, it comes in. No, it's not quite. Push it in. Yeah. There we are. Okay. And just do. Okay. And you get there. Okay, that one's done. Perfect. And we're going to do this one.
Yeah.
The other two. These are called copper pins.
Contact.
Yeah, I don't know where that name comes from, but that's the name of them. Okay, come in. Okay, it's got the pins.
Okay. More of them?
No? That's it. 2 valves. Thanks, lovely. Valves.
Sadly, after putting everything together again, the engine would still not start. Our neighbor came across to help us. He was a diesel mechanic, and he also looked at everything, and we couldn't get it to start. So we decided then we would leave it for now and find out if they could take the motor in at Yanmar and see if they could fix the motor for us at the dealer.
Around you. Hey boy. He was right in the tree next to us, Lovey. It's pretty, eh? I just saw his tail moving.
When we left Suriname, the dinghy was not idling anymore, so we decided to strip the carburetor, clean it, and see if we could solve that problem while we were waiting to see what we can do about the generator.
Thinking this is blocked.
Okay. That's why he's making that.
That's why it's not idling.
So Mike was busy with fixing dinghy today, and now he went for a spin, and looks like it's working 100% again. Wow, see, it's so flat today. And it's so hot. Does it work, Mike? Happy with it? Are you happy with it? Yeah. Okay, great.
weekend we decided to take our dinghy, as we had sorted out the carburetor, and take it for a long drive to some of the close by islands with some houses on, and do some sightseeing and give the engine a little bit of a run on the dinghy.
Houses though. Lovely, eh?
There really are some magnificent houses on the banks of these small islands that surround Shigaramos.
Pretty. A little wooden boathouse here. Boats lifted up in the air so they don't get dirty. Oh, look at that house. Look at the steps. That's the boathouse down the bottom there, and that's the house at the top. The boathouse and the house. Pretty, eh? Another one down here. Wow, beautiful, eh? Really pretty. And docks.
We were told that it was possible to see nesting eggs of turtles on the western side of the island, so we rented a car. Once again, Ivana got the driver to drop us off at the car rental place to pick up our car, and off we were to a bay called Grand Riviera Bay, to try and look for some baby turtles. It was a long ride. It was three and a half hours to get to Grand Riviera Bay, and it was very scenic road where you drove past some cliffs, you drove past some beautiful sea, lots of little towns, all the way till you got to Grand Riviera Bay. One of the local ladies told us that it was possible till 6 o'clock we were allowed on the beach to go and look for the turtle eggs. So we took a march down the beach to go and look for the eggs and the baby turtles. What we found further down the beach was these black birds, which we came to know as a local type of vulture. And these vultures were picking off and eating the little baby turtles' legs and arms and heads off as they were coming out the sand. So there we were running around trying to chase all these birds away to give the baby hatchlings a go.
Really?
Those birds are eating them. As they're coming out the sand, the birds are eating them.
I saw
So
here.
I chased them away.
I saw here.
I chased them away, and I put them on my shoe and I put them in the water.
Ah,
but then
yeah.
you know what? They fly down from the sea
Yeah,
and they dive on them.
Oh, shame. Yeah, we are going back. Yeah, nice.
After a couple of hours on the beach and watching the baby turtles and trying to get them into the sea, we decided that it was a long ride home. Instead of spending the night here at Grand Riviera Bay, we would leave and go back to the marina. The Yanma dealer, which was Trintrack for agricultural motors in Trinidad, said they could take the motor and have a look at it for us. So then it came time to pull the whole generator out and strip it down to just take the motor part to Trintrack for repairs.
It's funny, I need to look for new ones when I put this in back to see if I can put new ones in that are stainless steel, not like this.
Crap.
Just look at this. And you know you get water in there, that's a fact of life. Okay, so what I need to do is try and loosen the two back ones. If I can get them loose.
Just take a video pictures.
Pretty big.
I'm in California where it never rains. You and I were fighting and I needed space. Every day is sunny, all that's what they say. Since I landed here, it's raining every day.
While we were waiting for Trintac to repair the motor, we decided to re-soundproof the enclosure for the generator to try and make it a little bit quieter, as all the previous soundproofing had kind of deteriorated over the past year, which was really disappointing to see.
And leave us with a super blue. Baby, I know it's been a rough June. I hope we make it to our super
It took us 2 weeks to get the motor back, and it was a very reasonable repair cost. And what they said the problem was that the rings had got stuck onto the piston, and therefore the compression ratio on the engine was not strong enough, and that is why the engine was not starting. So they replaced the rings and put everything back together, and it was starting. So they gave us a call and we went to fetch it to put the generator, for us to be able to put the generator together again.
Maybe the rain will pass soon and leave us with a super blue. Baby, I know it's been a rough June. I hope we make it to our super
Twist this box a few times.
So today we made some bread rolls, and they are already baked. It's time to take them out of the oven, and they look nice. Happy to see that. Yeah, this is just so easy and quickly way to make fish bread, and also tasty. We just like it. day. So
It took me a full day to get the complete generator together and put it back into its position in the boat and do a test run. Very successful test run. The motor started and was pushing out the 220 volts and charging the batteries as expected.
I love it. You ready to head to Tobago, my girl? Fast asleep still. Yeah.
One of the services that Peaky Yacht Services offer is a 3-hour haul-out service for a very reasonable rate of about $300 for our cat, and that is to haul the cat out the water and put it on the side of the dock and hold it there for 3 hours while you do some minor work, and then put it back in 3 hours time. In our case, they pulled us out at 10 o'clock and they put us back at 2 o'clock in the afternoon after lunch. This gave us a chance to actually clean the props, change the sail drive oil, which we had been meaning to do, but we needed the boat out the water for it, so that was a good opportunity to do the sail drive oil change. Once they put us back from the oil change, we started up the motors and checked out the country, and we headed off to Tobago. By this time, our 3 or 4 days stopover in Trinidad had turned into about a month and a half, and it was an extremely enjoyable month and a half in Trinidad before we headed off to Tobago. If you like this video, please click the like button and click on the subscribe button to see further episodes. The next episode will be our sail to and our time in Tobago.